My name's Alina. I'm 34 years old, and I will never forget the look on my husband's face the moment I said it. It was a throwaway comment, a stupid, sarcastic jab made in the middle of an argument, but the damage it caused was permanent. Because that was the day my husband, Ray, walked out of our life without slamming a single door. And I don't blame him. I used to think you had to cheat or lie or betray someone in a big, scandalous way to lose them. But I was wrong. Sometimes, all it takes is one sentence spoken from a place of resentment to shatter a man's spirit. And I learned that too late. It started like any other evening. Ray came home from work, tired but smiling, holding a small bag of takeout in one hand and my favorite chocolate in the other. He always remembered the little things. Even after 7 years of marriage. Even after I stopped appreciating them. I had been in a bad mood all day. Work stress, period cramps, petty annoyances, the usual stuff that piles up when you let it. And instead of being grateful he brought dinner, I snapped. "Did you at least get the right sauce this time?" I muttered as I opened the bag. He gave me a look, soft, confused, but still trying to be gentle. "I got the garlic one you like," he said quietly. I didn't say thank you. I didn't even look up. I just sighed and sat down, picking at the food like it had personally offended me. He tried making small talk. I shut it down. And then, in the middle of some argument about how he folded the laundry wrong, I said it. Maybe I should have just married Daniel. Silence. I didn't even realize what I had said at first. I was too busy being angry. But when I finally looked up, Ray was staring at me. Not yelling, not crying, just staring. Like he didn't recognize the woman in front of him. "Daniel?" he repeated. I rolled my eyes, still acting like it was nothing. "My ex," I shrugged. At least he knew how to treat me right. I wish I could take it back. I wish I could reach into that moment and slap my own mouth shut. But I can't. Because the second I said those words, something in Ray changed. His eyes lost their warmth. His shoulders dropped. And in that silence, I felt everything good in our marriage begin to die. He stood up slowly, walked to the sink, and washed his hands like nothing had happened. I sat there frozen, the taste of my own bitterness still on my tongue. And then he said, without turning around, "You should have told me earlier. Would have saved us both the time." I didn't respond. I was too stunned. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. He didn't even fight. He just left the room. The next morning, he was gone. No angry texts. No goodbye note. Just an empty closet and the sound of my own breath echoing in the quiet. At first, I thought he was just cooling off. I told myself he'd be back. He always came back after arguments. But deep down, I knew this time was different. I checked my phone every hour. Nothing. I messaged him once. "Can we talk?" And it showed read but no reply. Then another. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean it." No response. 2 days later, I found a manila envelope on the doorstep. Inside was the lease to a studio apartment downtown. His name. His signature. Final. That was the moment it sank in. He wasn't taking space. He wasn't cooling off. He was gone. Gone because I made him feel like a placeholder in his own marriage. The truth is, Ray was a good man. Better than I ever deserved. He was steady, loyal, patient in ways I only now understand. He picked up my mother's medications without being asked. He ironed my blouses before interviews. He never forgot our anniversaries. And I made him feel second best. Why? Because I never healed from the wounds Daniel left behind. Daniel was the storm wild, exciting, chaotic. Ray was the shelter. And somehow I convinced myself that passion meant pain, that comfort meant compromise. Until I threw away a man who never once gave up on me. Until I made him feel like he was competing with a ghost. I still replay that night in my head. The way he stood there. The quiet way his heart broke. How he didn't even raise his voice. That silence haunts me more than any fight ever could. I see his face when I wake up. I hear his laugh in the quiet moments. And sometimes I catch myself reaching for my phone, ready to send a message. Then I stop. Because what could I possibly say? I didn't mean it. I was angry. I miss you. None of it erases what I said. None of it gives him back the dignity I stripped from him. He gave me his heart, and I handed him regret. Now, every day feels like penance. I cook dinner alone. I fold the laundry properly. I even buy the right sauce. But it's too late. Because no matter how many habits I fix, I can't undo the moment I made him feel unwanted. If you're reading this and you're lucky enough to have someone who loves you quietly, don't mistake that for weakness. Don't test how far they'll bend before they break. Because even the strongest hearts eventually get tired of being questioned. I told my husband I should have married my ex. And now I sit in an empty house, whispering his name into silence. Because Ray, the man I thought would always stay, finally stopped waiting. And I finally understand what I lost.